What's up, guys? Giancarlo Bodoni here for another video. I'm here with my friend Marcus Tinoco. He's going to help me out today. Today we're going to talk about a very simple sweep that most people that are watching that train Jiu-Jitsu have seen before and probably learned before, but a few common mistakes that a lot of people make, and that's going to be from the tripod sweep. Okay, so tripod sweep is a very early sweep that everybody learns, usually in the white belt level. And a lot of people, I don't see it actually being hit a lot as people go high up on the belts, because there's a few very common reactions that we get that can easily negate the tripod sweep if we don't pay attention to a few details. Okay, so we're gonna go over those details right now. So let's look at it from a situation where maybe I start in the closed guard. Okay, my training partner goes and he gets up to his 2 feet. However, he may come up, and then from here, I feel that my guard's gonna be open, so I wanna make some kind of grip over here. Usually I always recommend to control at least one sleeve, but if we can, control both, okay? And then from here, let's say he goes ahead and opens my guard, I have a second over here to start controlling him and start setting something up, okay? So as soon as he opens the guard, guys, we're gonna go feet on the hips, okay? We're gonna start pushing him back, and then we're gonna get right over here, okay? Now, to set up the tripod sweep, a couple of mistakes that I see people making. One, I usually like to, it's not 100% necessary, but I usually like to control his cross sleeve, okay? So whenever we go from a double sleeve position, okay, to a cross sleeve, I always wanna hold 2 on 1 first and then adjust my angle so that I can start looking for the ankle, okay? And this is how we typically initiate the tripod, going in here just with the basic setup. Now, a few things that are different. One, I hold the cross sleeve, and then I make the grip over here. It's very easy for the guy right over here to kick the leg out. So this grip over here, he kicks the leg out. Yep, and this one over here, just kick out that way, or to the side this way, like yes, good, like that. Okay, so a lot of times I see people, even before they can make this grip, they lose this one right away. Okay, so one thing that I like to do from here is whenever I make this grip, I cannot have a lot of space over here. So all I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna bring my hip right on top of his foot, here. So I close the gap for his foot to escape. Okay, and now I'm directly in front of him. My hip is square on the floor instead of being off to the side, right over here. Okay, so that's one thing. We hold low down on the heel, right close to the heel over here, and then we bring our hip right in front. You can be on top of the foot, okay, or at least right next to it, that I can hold his foot next to my hip. So now when he goes to try to kick away, it's much harder for him, and it gives me a little bit of time. Eventually, anybody on top, they're gonna start loosening things up, but for now, this is gonna give me a little bit of time to start working. And now from here, I go place my foot as a hook right behind his leg, and then I go to my push-pull. And when I pull, I like to bring him forward a little bit, almost like, see, I kind of lift his hip off the ground, up a little bit. So I lift his hip just a little bit as I pull, and then we knock straight back, and then look to come up. So a common mistake, guys, that I see a lot of people doing when they come up is that people rush, and they let go of everything, put their hands on the floor and come up, and then of course, he's gonna run away. So the key is, when I actually do knock him down, I don't wanna rush to get up. I'll end up in this position, okay? I have to absolutely control his bottom leg. So as I come up to my elbow, I come up and I control the bottom leg. Now, if I can, right away, I go from the sleeve to the second leg. And when I hold both his legs, now it's super easy for me to come up, and it's very hard for him to get away from the sweep. Okay, the second thing that I see a lot of people doing is we come up, leaving the leg inside. So we get stuck here, and it's kind of an awkward angle for us to get up. And then he can start holding my leg if it stays in there, and now he can't get up, but I can't get up either. Okay, so we get stuck over there. So as soon as I drop him down, stay on your elbow, keep holding the first leg, and we go straight to the second. And right away, this foot, I bring it back. That's gonna allow me to start coming up to my knee, and then we can come in and we can start going into our passes right away as we knocked him down. So one more time. When I go to the tripod, he stands up. I have feet on the hips. I control the cross sleeve. So again, I could sweep him without the cross sleeve. I don't need it, but it helps to hold on, to have an extra grip, an extra connection onto him. I get the grip on his ankle, and now pay attention to my hip. My hip goes from sideways, and I put it right on top of his foot. Okay, so that he can't move. And that gives me time to start knocking him back, pulling my leg out, grabbing the second leg, and now I come up with both his feet. Now when he tries to stand up, I just lift his feet up, and then he can't come up. Okay, so that's for the first one. Now let's look at the second variation. So as I'm in here and he's standing up in front of me, very common mistake as well, guys, is that I see a lot of people trying to go for the tripod sweep holding the collar. Okay, and this goes for both variations. I'll explain why this is maybe not wrong, but it makes it difficult. Okay, so let's say I go to the tripod sweep. Even if I did everything right, now I go over here and I see this happen all the time. This happens to my students almost every day. We go into the tripod sweep, we hold the collar, we hold the ankle, we get into our grips, and then I go to try to knock him down, and he doesn't go down. He feels like a rock. When in reality, it's our own grip that doesn't allow us to knock him down. That's why I like to hold the cross sleeve, because I can easily push him back with the cross sleeve, but when I hold the cross collar grip, I actually hold his head in place, so when I try to sweep him, I feel like he never goes, and it's actually my grip that's holding him. If I was to let go of the grip, he would off balance backwards. Okay, so when we come up, we set up the tripod sweep, bring your hip towards the foot, connect your hip on top of the foot or right up against it, and keep that connection, and don't hold the cross collar. Okay, so now when I hold right over here, I start hooking his leg. It's very common that one, his leg may be too far to begin with, or two, he knows I want the tripod sweep, and then he's gonna step the leg out, and then I can't get it. If the leg's too far, don't extend your leg and try to reach over here, because your leg's gonna be much weaker at this angle. I'm not gonna be able to tripod sweep him. So instead, what I have to do is I have to change to a reverse tripod sweep. So I go right over here, I can't reach that leg, or it's too far, my leg's too extended. So all I do is I replace my foot. So watch, my foot's right here, I just place it right next to it. And then I take the initial foot out. Now I do the same thing with my hip. Look, I can't barely reach his leg. So I bring my hip close to his foot, right there. Okay? And as soon as I go here, I place the bottom of my foot, the sole of my foot, right over here on his ankle. You could sweep him here, okay? I won't say it's necessarily a mistake, but most people, as soon as I do this, he's gonna jump over my leg and I'm gonna miss it. Okay, so instead, I like to teach to go right here. Okay, because when I place the sole of my foot, I can use my foot almost like a hand, like I have a grip on him. And as I go to push on his hips and knock him back, when he goes to step, I can follow, knock him straight down. Same thing applies, guys. When I go to come up, take your foot out and grab the second leg. Don't let go of his feet, because if I do, he's gonna come up. So from here, when I go to stand up, I always pick both his feet up so that he can't stand up with me, and then I'm able to establish a sweep and start looking to pass. Okay, so the two very simple sweeps, very basic variations of the same sweep actually, but just a few final touches, a few common mistakes and little details that can make the difference. And if you add these details, you're gonna be able to start sweeping people a lot easier, even people that are a little higher skill level, because they know the sweep that's coming. So you have to be able to anticipate their reactions and block their reactions before they come. So guys, I hope you like this video. I have a whole instructional all about fundamentals of open guard on BJJ Fanatics. So I'm gonna leave the link right below. Just check it out at bjjfanatics.com. And host guys, thanks for watching. Guys, thanks so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you like this video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share with your friends. And if you want to learn more from me, check out my instructionals below and find out how you can learn from me one-on-one from anywhere in the world. Thanks, guys.